Welcome to your reading for the next week to 2 weeks. When you find this, the first thing I want you to do is just take a deep breath, really allow yourself to be grounded and centered here in this moment, and be open to the messages that are coming up and through. You'll know very quickly if these messages aren't for you, and if that's the case, just come back next time or pass it along to someone in your life that maybe you're getting the inkling, you're getting the calling that you found this for them. Though, of course, if it is meant for you, stay, comment, share, subscribe, come back next time as well. And most importantly, action the awareness that you gain today. My name is Nikki. I'm a spiritual life coach. I'm a tarot reader, and I'm here to help you live your most magical life. And today we're doing that through the help of the cards. We're going to start with the Rider-Waite, and we're just asking, what is some signs, some indicators of your current energy, so you know that yes, this reading is meant for me today. And these will come through easily, gracefully, and you'll know very, very soon if this is for you. We've got the Nine of Cups. So you're thinking about success, but also really focused on your goals, which makes a lot of sense for the first week of 2025. We've got the Empress. You're wanting these goals. Did we all see that? You're wanting these goals to be not just about success and milestones, but thriving and abundance. This is very, very important to you in the year of 2025. And I invite you to stay tuned into that energy in this reading, in this week, but really in any planning, preparation, and action that you're doing at the moment. The two cards that came out really magnetized to the Empress messages helping you stay aligned with your most thriving, abundant, authentic self is the Hanged Man and the Two of Wands. This conversation around how do I stay tuned to my truth and staying in my authenticity and really allowing thriving and abundance to be present in my life, it's all about the perspective that you're taking. And it's also an encouragement from the Hanged Man that it's going to come from a place of peace, not from a place of hustle. The Hanged Man, whilst, not looking the most comfortable, he's been enlightened because of this time to really pause, reflect, and uncover a different way of being. However you were in 2024 and before does not need to be how you are in 2025 and beyond, especially if you're getting the sense that what you want next is bigger, greater, bolder, more beautiful than what you had before. We're going to have to do something different. The Two of Wands, this is that defining moment of am I trying to be a big fish in a small pond? Or am I willing? Am I curious? Am I brave enough, courageous enough to step out into the world and play on a larger scale? That doesn't mean you need to view yourself as less than the people around you, or sort of put yourself in positions where you aren't able to do what everyone else is doing. That's not what this means. It's more so, are you willing to get out of your comfort zone, and are you willing to dream bigger? Because you don't become the Empress, thriving, abundant, totally in her power, but also totally at ease, whether she's doing something or not. You don't become this by dreaming small. If anything, now that we have these two cards together, it's almost like 2024 was about what you could prove and what you could say, look what I did. And it's up on your shelf, these little cups, and it feels good, and you should be proud of what you've done so far. But the Empress, her life is the evidence. Her life is the reward. How she is being, who she is being, is so much more important than what she can tour you around her house or her life and point at from what she's got from it. You know an Empress when you see it, and this year is your invitation to step up into Empress energy. And that doesn't matter if you're male, female, or you identify some other way. Empress energy is more about you being in your absolutely most abundant flow, totally tuned into your intuition, but not in a forceful way, in a very flow state way. The 10 of Wands just came out. This is a year of putting down your burdens. This is a year of not actually feeling burdened, because we're really actively choosing what we're willing to work on. And we have the patience and the grace to allow that to take time. We don't take on too much anymore. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Sun card. By the way, if you're drawn to the Queen of Wands as an energy, she's fiery, she's passionate, she's on purpose, then comment Queen of Wands below. I have a masterclass that I ran helping you tap into the Queen of Wands energy. And that's just a free little gift for you if you're feeling called to. So Queen of Wands in the comments below, and I will get in contact with how you can watch that masterclass. Now, the Sun and the Queen of Wands in particular is, again, it's like burning brightly. You're not going to have the success that you desire. Let's just be clear. Let's just be, no BS. You're not going to have this bold, beautiful, bright sunshine life where you feel free, you feel thriving, you feel able, you feel excited, you feel confident, and you feel totally at ease with what you need to do to get there. We're not going to get this life if we're not willing to, again, get out of that comfort zone and aim for Empress. We're not just here for success, we're here for thriving and this like divine level of thriving. All right, this is your time to check in and ask yourself, is this reading for me? Do I see myself in these struggles? Do I see myself in these successes? Do I want to know how to walk this path this week, next 2 weeks, but also off into 2025? I see this as laying the foundation for the year you're about to create. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups, we have the Lovers, we have the King of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess. Holy moly, these are some like amazingly powerful energies. And it's all about your mind, body, and soul working in tandem. Not just 2025, but I really see it and sense it as the rest of, not necessarily the rest of your life, but really this next season, this next chapter, the next decade at least, is around full body thriving. It's around holistic growth. It's not just a one and done kind of success. You don't get to the top of the mountain and stop hiking. You go, where is the next mountain? So exciting. And you become the person who's actually excited and thrilled to live that life. We're going to keep the Empress here, guiding us through the rest of the reading. This is the energy. We are magnetizing towards, we are attracting, we are manifesting, and we are stepping up and into. Okay. What cards want to speak to us next? I'm really interested in potential pathways and potential pain points in the next week to 2 weeks specifically in embodying your Empress. So let's start with the particular pain points. These might be hiccups in the road. They might be challenges coming your way. They could be little red flags now so that you can navigate them easier later. Using the Bianco Nero Tarot. So I've got the Page of Cups, little mystery card. And one more, at least, please. Okay, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. I see this card, especially in the area of pain points, is just like being conscious and being, cautious of where you're getting your information from. All right, we've got the Page of Cups. There's kind of this hesitant energy when it comes to putting yourself out there, especially with a particular person or maybe like social media in general. There's this offering. You need to offer yourself to the world this week or to a person, and whether this is a potential client, whether it's a love relationship, maybe it's just a conversation you need to have with your boss or someone in your life. And this kind of pain point is around how you're showing up to that conversation, how you're showing up in this relationship. And just a little bit of a reminder that it's okay to feel vulnerable, and it's also okay not to know what to say. Just get clear on your energy, as much as you can, your desired outcome for that conversation, and just go there and see what happens. You can back yourself, you can trust yourself, And yes, if it, you know, doesn't go totally smoothly and gracefully, you can also like give yourself some grace and forgive yourself for that as well. It's the willingness to get uncomfortable. All right, we have the Seven of Swords. Bit of a pain point this week is you're going to have to leave some things behind, and those things are found in your mind. They are stories, they are memories, they are beliefs that no longer serve you. The Empress, she's really willing to like flick any thoughts, any beliefs, any behaviors, any stories, any past BS and contracts and whatever that don't serve her current shining agenda. That might sound, pretty dramatic, but our mindset is one of our most powerful tools when we're working towards changing our life. And it can change our life for the better or it can change our life for the worse. It all depends on what we choose to keep and what we choose to release. So just a little practical note there, because I don't want to just leave you with your mind might be a mess. Take the time this week and the next 2 weeks, or as long as you need, to keep a journal on your dominant thoughts. If there's a particular area of your life that you're working on, say your health or your business or your relationship, that can be what your journal is on this week. How do I feel about my relationship today? How do I think about my partner or my potential partner? How do I find myself acting in their presence or in, this area of my life? And just, ask yourself the same questions every day. Notice your thoughts and also note that your thoughts are just, pre-programmed little codes and structures that we've learned over time. We can rewrite them, we can release them, we can choose different. And finally, we have the Ace of Wands. I see two things for this, so it depends on which one resonates the most, is which one you take. Pain point, you might miss an opportunity in this next week to 2 weeks. How you navigate that is what matters. More opportunities will come your way. I also get the sense here that a bit of a pain point is this almost you're waiting on an offer to come. And that's a little bit frustrating because you want to be the one creating the offers and making the moves and, being the thing that leverages or at least influences what's happening in your life. And there's a little bit of frustration that not everything's in your control. Don't let that be a problem. Work on your mindset around how you feel about that. Whew. All right, those are our pain points. And hopefully that's given you some clarity on how to navigate them so they don't become really painful. They're just little like thorns rather than wounds. Okay, and let's look at possibilities. Reaching all the way over here for the Work Your Light Oracle. Now I see possibilities as energies, signs, synchronicities, little like lights on your path to guide your way. So what are we seeing for the next week to 2 weeks? Helping you step up into your Empress energy, but also lay foundations that are going to help you thrive. One more. Awesome. Inner temple, just tuning into your heart. Your emotions matter this week. Make sure you're listening to them. Okay, our 3 cards. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? I pulled this card recently for someone in my Tarot and Transformation group. Come join us. It's a free Facebook group. Coaching and readings is what you'll find there. How are you being called to step up and lead? This is all around your ownership of your journey. The Empress not just leads her empire, but she leads herself really, really well. That's how she got there. So this week to this next week or two, it's all about you owning the fact that the only person leading you is you. You can choose to follow other people, but remember that Hierophant card, who are you listening to? It's really, really important that you are number one. So the possibility this week is for you to actually step up into that position in your life. But also, if there are decisions to be made, whether they're internal decisions, external decisions, like in work and in different situations, or simply planning for the year ahead, remember, you are the leader. You decide. It's a little bit scary, but it's also really powerful. Next, we have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. Get together with your people, your soul tribe this week, whether they're online, in person, whether they're your family, friends, colleagues, clients, whatever it is. Get together with people who help you connect to your highest self, your greatest self, the part of you that already knows that you are this Empress. This is what we want to amplify. So that's an opportunity this week. Don't just think you have to do it all yourself. Get around people who make it easy for you to be your higher self. And finally, play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. When we are able to tap into play, when we're able to tap into lightness and joy and a more graceful way of being, the more serious stuff, the harder stuff, the things that we add a lot more weight to and gravity to in our lives become easier as well, because you have filled your cup from play. So if someone invites you out or you have an opportunity to just chill out and relax and have a good time, go do it. Even if it means maybe doing work later or doing something more serious at a different time, prioritizing play is going to give you the energy to do that thing in a much more easeful, graceful, and powerful way. So the Empress, she balances play with her work, and she knows that both of those are really important. And in fact, they feed each other. Let's get one of these cards, and it'll be our final card today. This is from the Find Your Purpose deck by Jess Sanders. And I love that they give like almost a bit of a compass adjustment. So let's see what it has for us today. For the next couple of weeks, whenever you're finding this, remember, if it resonates, it's meant for you. Lean in, listen, and learn from it. All right, we'll start with the picture and then we'll go to the words on the back. We've got this blue card, starry sky, and it's thriving in this really hard ground. It's also on a bit of an edge of the cliff by the looks of it. So I see already that there's this energy, that there's this sense things have been a little bit dark, a little bit difficult, and whether that's mentally, financially, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, you have felt that you've been growing in tough conditions. The fact that you're on the edge of this cliff here in this card, though, is like, but you've been sensing that that is nearly over, or at least there's going to be an opportunity for you to leave the hard ground that you've been growing in for something different. You don't quite know what that is yet, but there's a lot of hope and energy in this card. So the sun coming to light this darkness. Let's read the back. You've got a quote by Arthur Ashe: start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Literally, we can use that as a 3-step process. Start where you are. Get really clear on where you're at. Use what you can. Look at the people, the resources, the knowledge, skills, and talents that you already have around you. Don't think about what you don't have. Don't worry about what you might need in the future. What do you have now? Get really clear on it. Do what you can. With what you have, with what you know, with where you're at now, what can you do? Make a plan and do it. All right, a question. What if I started right now? I want you to answer that question for me in the comments below. What if I started right now? You might want to stream of consciousness that. You might tell me what that plan is, what you're going to do now with what you have and where you're at. Or maybe something else comes up and through for you. Share what your answer is today. Affirmation: I can only do what I can do. It's the beautiful, graceful acceptance of there are things in my influence and there are things outside my influence. My business is what's inside my influence. Everything else, well, that's the universe. Or that's the people who need to make those decisions for themselves. I do what I can do. And allow that to be enough. Ooh, all right. Thank you for joining me. Now, I'm still the week of when this is coming out, technically on holidays, so you can't book a reading with me this week. But if you're called for a one-to-one reading, or you would like to book a 12-month forecast for 2025, the information is below, and you'll be able to see in my calendar when you can book a reading. Or if it's the 2025 forecasts you're after, I will get it to you as soon as possible once I'm back from my holiday, which means after January 5th, but within a couple of days of that. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.